So Donald Trump marked Memorial Day with a bitter, grievance-filled screed attacking judges, immigrants, and his political rivals. Not once did he even mention the men and women who gave their lives in service for our country. He says, "Happy Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day," is his message. He then goes on to say, "Happy Memorial Day to all, including the scum that spent the last 4 years trying to destroy our country through warped radical left minds who allowed 21 million people to illegally enter our country, many of them being criminals and mentally insane, through an open border that only an incompetent president would approve, and through judges who are on a mission to keep murderers, drug dealers, rapists, gang members, and released prisoners from all over the world in our country so they can rob, murder, and rape again, all protected by these USA-hating judges who suffer from an ideology that is sick and very dangerous for our country. Hopefully the United States Supreme Court and other good and compassionate judges throughout the land will save us from the decisions of the monsters who want our country to go to hell, but fear not. We have made great progress over the last 4 months, and America will soon be safe and great again. Happy Memorial Day, and God bless America. How utterly vile, pathetic trash is that? But what else would you expect from Donald Trump, who is a sexual abuser? He's been found liable for sexual abuse from a felon. Donald Trump is someone who should be in prison right now for the rest of his life. So yes, the felon, the sexual abuser, the con artist, the fraud, the crook, the criminal is behaving as such. And when he describes right there in this message, the monsters who want the country to go to hell, it's always projection from Donald Trump. He is talking about himself. As retired circuit court judge Ludwig wrote, "The Memorial Day message from the President of the United States of America in memory of those who have given their lives defending America and the Constitution and the freedoms that we Americans enjoy on this Memorial Day 2025. Judge Ludwig, of course, was one of the most conservative judges, federal judges that there were, and he's reflecting on just how utterly pathetic the Republican Party and Donald Trump has become. As our friend Aaron Partis from the Midas Touch Network writes, "If Joe Biden posted this Memorial Day message, the mainstream media and Republicans would say he's completely unfit to serve, with many calling for the invocation of the 25th Amendment. Because it's Trump, everyone remains silent. We don't remain silent on the Midas Touch Network. That's why you all need to subscribe to this YouTube channel right here, right now, and go to MidasPlus.com. We are bigger than the corporate news right now, get far more views than them, and we speak the truth when we call Donald Trump a vile piece of trash who deserves zero respect, when we call him a felon and a sexual abuser, when we call him the biggest stain in the history of the United States. And on this Memorial Day, he shows not only that he is unfit, but he is anti-everything our country stands for, that pathetic piece of trash." Sarah Longwell says the following, "Donald Trump is a deranged lunatic who wouldn't be allowed to manage a Wendy's. But I guess we all have to pretend like this is normal and not 25th Amendment behavior. People who treat this as acceptable are the insane ones." And let me be clear. Managers at Wendy's or McDonald's or fast food restaurants or anywhere in the small businesses across the United States of America are actually competent and qualified people who have jobs with distinction and actually carry themselves appropriately. Donald Trump couldn't get a job anywhere with his behavior. He was born with a golden spoon in his mouth, and he took that spoon, sharpened it into a knife, and started stabbing people in the neck and enjoying watching people suffer his entire life while he bankrupted things and took glee in it. That is who that pathetic loser is. And the rest of the world sees what a pathetic loser he is. "Oh, I'm going to do 50% tariffs against Europe. Okay, I'm not going to do 50% tariffs against Europe. I'm extending the deadline. I'm going to do tariffs against you. I'm not going to do tariffs against you. Oh, Putin, I'm going to sanction you. I guess I'm not going to sanction you. What's going on, Putin? You're being mean, Putin." So utterly ridiculous. Let me show you how a president president is supposed to behave. Here's what former President Barack Obama posted. On Memorial Day, we remember the sacrifices that our men and women in uniform and their families have made to preserve our freedom. May we always strive to honor the strength and resolve they've shown our country. Former Vice President Kamala Harris wrote the following. On Memorial Day, we honor the brave service members who have made the ultimate sacrifice on behalf of our nation. We owe these heroes and their loved ones everything, and we will always remember what they have done to protect our freedom. But Donald Trump was not done with that post. He continued to make post after post after post, not even acknowledging the very purpose of Memorial Day to honor those who made the ultimate sacrifices for our country in the military. Instead, he's attacking Harvard University. This is what Donald Trump is posting this morning. We are still waiting for the foreign student lists from Harvard so that we can determine, after a ridiculous expenditure of billions of dollars, how many radicalized lunatics, troublemakers, all should not be let back into our country. Harvard is very slow in the presentation of these documents, and probably for good reason, exclamation point. The best thing Harvard has going for it is that they have shopped around for the absolute best job for them, but have no fear. The government will in the end win, exclamation point. Donald Trump is a fascist. The question isn't not, are we creeping into authoritarianism? We have an authoritarian regime in the United States. That's how the rest of the world views the behavior like this. And an authoritarian regime that resembles a more idiotic version than North Korea. I mean, when you see Donald Trump making posts like this, have no fear in all caps. And as Donald Trump attacks the federal judges and goes, these are good federal judges for them, but have no fear. There's a reason why the federal judges who were appointed by both Democrats, Republicans, appointed by Trump appointees, Obama appointees, Biden appointees, Clinton appointees, George W. Bush appointees, want the marshals, the federal marshal services, to be removed from the executive branch and moved over to the judiciary because they fear that the U.S. Marshals protecting them from the death threats are going to kill them because of Donald Trump. That's actually, they are worried that the marshals will target them if the marshals work for this maniac. So we're not heading into a constitutional crisis or in one. We're past that. We're at authoritarian regime stage and a loser one who each day is destroying the United States of America.
So you ever sit down?
Donald Trump posts the following. I'm considering taking $3 billion of grant money away from the very anti-Semitic Harvard and giving it to trade schools all across our land. What a great investment that would be for the USA, and so badly needed, exclamation point. You know who invested in trade schools and didn't make ridiculous posts like that invoking anti-Semitism so that you can then go ahead and spread your actual propaganda and lies of hate? Former President Joe Biden had infrastructure projects and invested in the types of programs like trade schools by actually doing it and not saying, I'm going to take from you and give to you. Harvard is the #1 university in the United States. It is a place where foreign students go and where American students go, and where we see a lot of people, we get brain drain from other countries coming to the United States who then start businesses in the United States that contribute to the United States economy. You've already gone after all of the federal grants with Harvard. You've been blocked by federal judges thus far. And so here you are now saying, I'm considering taking, do what you want to do. Do what you want to do, you idiot. We all know you're going to lose in federal court anyway. We know that you're just going to whine like the little petulant baby that you are, whether it's Memorial Day or whenever. So just do it and stop whining, you pathetic abuser. Don't you understand that these messages radiate the behavior of an abuser who doesn't take no, an abuser in everything, the way he just tries to mock people and toy with people. This is a sick, vile piece of trash individual. That's who he is. Just call him out for it each and every time. Don't mince words. Don't hold it back. I'm sure as hell not normalizing it. Just say who he is. This is a shit person right here. Then he goes and says the following: our nation is staging one, if the greatest, fastest comebacks in history. In just 4 months, we are respected again, respected like never before. And just wait, with many trillions of dollars of investment in plants and factories, until you see the numbers of growth. This is indeed the golden age of America. You actually reversed the investments in factories from former President Biden. And the budget bill, if it passed, is going to rip away 14 million healthcare from 14 million Americans, food assistance, food stamps from tens of millions of Americans, rental assistance from tens of millions of Americans. You have negative economic growth in the first quarter as a result of your deranged behavior. And now the rest of the international world is basically isolating the United States, and tourism is down substantially. This may have been the worst, not may, it has been the worst, what is it now, close to 120 whatever days plus in the history of the United States of America. Then he goes, countries from all over the world want to make trade deals with us. It's a beautiful thing to see. The good old USA will have tremendous growth and be stronger than ever before. We had trade deals with these countries, you idiot. We had trade deals with all of them. You broke the trade deals, imposed tariffs on what you called liquidation, or you call Liberation Day. I call it Liquidation Day or Great Depression Day. And you broke the deals. And now you haven't been able to fix any of the deals that you broke. Then he goes, make America great again. And then here was one post that he made yesterday as well that I want to just reflect on, where he goes, I've always had a very good relationship with Putin of Russia, but something has happened to him. He has gone absolutely crazy. He is needlessly killing a lot of people. And I'm not just talking about soldiers. Missiles and drones are being shot into cities in Ukraine for no reason whatsoever. I've always said that he wants all of Ukraine, not just a piece of it. And maybe that's proving to be right. But if he does, it will lead to the downfall of Russia. Likewise, President Zelensky is doing his country no favors by talking the way he does. Everything out of his mouth causes problems. I don't like it, and it better stop. This is a war that would never have started if I were president. This is Zelensky's, Putin's, and Biden's war, not Trump's. I am only helping to put out the big and ugly fires that have been started through gross incompetence and hatred. Our editor-in-chief, Ron Filipkowski, writes, he never stopped. He laughed at Trump and continued the killing because Trump is an international joke, and his foreign policy team is filled with bumbling, weak, appeasing incompetence. Probably not the best decision to send the chief negotiator to Russia, one of Trump's real estate buddies, Steve Witkoff, who didn't even bring his own translator with him and used the Russian intelligence officer as the American translator, then put his hand on his heart in obsequiousness to Putin. And you see Donald Trump attacking Zelensky in that message as well. You see Donald Trump taking no responsibility as well. I don't like the way Zelensky's talking. What do you mean you don't like the way he's talking? You mean that you don't like the way that he's upset that another nation has invaded his nation and is committing a genocide and is killing all of the innocent people in Ukraine? You don't like the way he's speaking? You know why you don't like the way he's speaking, Donald? Going back to the first post, because you don't even know what the hell service is. You don't know what it means to actually care about a country. Frankly, you don't know what it means to care about anything other than yourself and your money, you greedy, selfish, vile piece of trash. So my message to you on Memorial Day, Donald Trump, is you are an absolute disgrace of a human being, period, full stop. And my message on Memorial Day is that we all need to also remember the sacrifices served by our great men and women and people who have risked it all, who have made the ultimate sacrifice for our nation. Thank you for watching. Hit subscribe, and let's get to 5 million subscribers.
Help me! Thanks.
Triple takedown.
Resources here.
First doom. Double takedown. Double takedown.